As far as I remember, I've always been a social entrepreneur. Remember, I was 12. I did so many things. I've launched so many projects, mainly within education, training, entrepreneurship, and a lot for employment. At a certain point, I wanted to do something for women. So I looked around me what existed already, and I saw many stuff. But they were tackling beauty, fashion, maximum well-being. Nothing or almost nothing about the autonomy. And autonomy comes through a paid job and a good job. It helps a lot to have more autonomy. And so I said, okay, I will launch JUMP. JUMP dedicated to gender equality in the workplace, helping women to fulfill all their talents in their job and helping organizations to cancel every kind of discrimination between women and men, to have more gender-balanced team, especially at the top of the management. If I knew it would have been so much difficult, I don't think I would have found the courage to begin. I didn't know that working on gender equality was really revolutionary. I didn't know it was so much subversive. I learned so much. For example, 60% of the graduates in Europe are women. That means that we do represent the biggest talent pool. It's very important. And the gap is widening more and more with men, unfortunately. The Economist 3 years ago made its cover on, thanks God we have women. Why? Because they analyzed the incredible increase of well-being since the Second World War, especially in the US, in Europe. And they found it out that it was not thanks to the development of the BRIC countries, you know, Brazil, China, and so on. It was not thanks to the development of the information technology and IT. It was thanks to women because of their massive entry in the labor force. But nobody never say that. Nobody never celebrate that. I found it out also that by tackling gender equality in the companies, it's speaking about their performance. Their performance, because the more they have gender balance in their management, the more every kind of indicators, financial ones and non-financial ones, are better and better. So we do bring a lot of performance to companies. But not only. If we would work as much as men globally in our society, then in Europe, on average, the GDP would increase by 16%. Even more than that. For these countries in Europe especially, Nordic countries and even France and Belgium is coming there, where women do not have to choose. They can make both a career and have babies because it's well accepted within the society and because we have the public services that helps us to have both. So we do both. We do make careers, we stay in the workplace, and we do make babies, lots of babies. In the countries where it is not well accepted, like Germany, like Italy, Spain, Greece, and so on, the major part of the countries in Europe, then the women tend to get out of the workplace at a certain point of their life and make only one baby. And so they suffer, these economies suffer either from a rate of employment and from a very low rate of natality, which is damaging so much the economy and not preserving our fantastic social security system. So women do make so much, but if we want them to make even more, to go even more into the workplace and to work like men, that means that at home we have to share the responsibility. Did you know that in Europe 80% of the unpaid work is done by women? 80%. That still nowadays we do spend 2.5 times more hours on childcare and house chores. That means that women sleep less, have less leisure, and of course can work less outside home than men. That means that if the economy needs us, and if we want to give all these talents, all these incredible skills and force to the economy, that means that within the family we have to change the roles. We have to have equal roles. We have to change the masculinity and femininity. A man is not anymore the guy that is earning so much and making a fantastic career, being all the time in the company. And a woman, a fantastic woman, is not the best mother in the world and the best cooker. She can be everything. She can be so much more than that. And this is about changing identity, having more equal roles within the family. So how can companies attract, retain and promote women? Because even if we are 60% of the graduates, we are only on average 12% in the executive committee and 20% on boards. But 20% it's only thanks to the gender quotas. So they have to do a lot in order to inspire us and to keep us working and to promote us to our good level of skills. So what they tell me all the time is that, Isabella, in our company, we do not discriminate. We offer equal opportunities for men and for women. But they are not aware that they are discriminating without knowing it, because they don't take into account the fact that we have different lives than men. And when you treat equally two persons that have completely different lives and different history, so different culture, then you discriminate. Why that? Because if we do 80% of the unpaid job, that means that we have a different life. And we are coming from 5,000 years of domination by men, where women didn't have any rights, didn't have any autonomy. We were only there to give birth. That was our only role. And even if it has changed, thanks God, it's the first time in the history of humanity that we have the same rights. But the real equality, it's a bit different. It's a bit more difficult to get to. And our choices that looks like our real choices are very often indicated, pushed by our history and by our guilty. And so if the companies do not come from diversity to inclusion, that means diversity is counting the different people. Inclusion is making these people count. It's celebration of the difference. So that means that they have to treat us as equal but different in order to inspire us, because companies were made by men for other men that didn't have anything to do at home, because they had a spouse that managed everything. So in the workplace, it has to change. They don't have to fix us. We don't have to adapt. They have to be more inclusive. They have to accept, no, more than accept, valorize another style of leadership, other kinds of attitudes. And by doing that, we will change the workplaces to make them better for ourselves, but also for men. It's not a win or lose game, it's a win-win game. The more freedom you give to a woman, the more freedom you give to men, of course. So it's a win-win game. And by doing that, we will change the companies, making them a better place to work. And I really do think that by having more and more impact, we will change the economy. And women, with the help of men, by changing the economy, will change the world, because we will change civilization. From a civilization of domination, we are getting to a civilization of collaboration for the first time between men and women, and this is really fantastic.